The ASBN going so global. Great to see you all at our first members event of 2021. So I'm going to be facilitating the event today. I know I've got the thickest Stirling accent ever, but just bear with me. I'm looking forward to connecting with you all today and hopefully seeing new connections made in our networking group. Please feel free to use the chat function. It's not letting me share my slide. Awesome. So please use the chat function to let people know who you are and network until we get into the rooms. So we've got a jam-packed session today. Richard Mulholland will be taking the stage right now, followed by Laura Peinke. She's the new trade specialist from Scottish Government. Then the mic will come back to myself. I'll be running through just a couple of quick announcements for the network, and then we'll get the competition going. We'll then be heading into two big networking rooms. And if anyone wants to hang on at the end of the session to ask us questions or share anything, we'd be absolutely delighted to talk to you. So here is what's happening, just to give you a quick overview of the programme for today. And now on to Richard Mulholland. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Richard's second time presenting to ASBN members. I'd love you all to welcome Richard. He's a serial entrepreneur, he's a lecturer, author, and guest speaker. So Richard, without further ado, the stage is yours.
Thanks so much, Claire. Really appreciate it. You're welcome to unshare your screen if you want now, because there we go. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. I know I don't sound it, but I was born in Glasgow. I'm Scottish through and through, but basically all but South African now, having been here since I was 9. So that's 46. That's way too long. It's what, 35 years, 7 years, shit. I'm going to talk to you and take you through, yeah, the maths is a wee bit of a problem now. I'm going to take you through my thoughts for 2021. Claire said to me, would you do me a favor? Would you come and speak about some trends and what your predictions are for the future? Stop listening to futurists. They don't know what they're talking about. They basically make stuff up that they read on the internet and they talk about it as if it's a sexy, gorgeous stuff. And then I try and add mystique to it. I've never met a futurist that predicted last year. If they didn't figure out last year, they're crap at their job and you shouldn't listen. However, I do have some thoughts about how I think we should be thinking for this year. And I want to share some of those with you because I think it is worthwhile going in with some ideas and some thinking. And I think that we should look a little bit of what happened. Nigel, that is an impressive amount of smoke. That is really good. The next time I want to try time it, I'm going to lean over and blow and you're going to make the smoke happen. It'll be like a dragon, right? So I do think we should consider a little bit of what happened last year. I don't know how it was for you guys, but it didn't start off so well for me. I own a presentation company. We help people make their slides work in Zoom. And that's clear, that wasn't a dig. And our job is basically to help people suck less in public when they stand up and deliver a presentation. Last year, all presentations were canceled. On the 16th of March, my company revenue went to 0. I've owned this company since I was 22 years old. That was 24 years ago. So for the first time ever, I had no money. However, by September, we'd hit our best revenue in 23 years, even though people still weren't going back to work. And I believe the reason that happened is, as Brené Brown says, uncertainty can be weaponized. And I think the one thing that we can be sure about this year, without a shadow of a doubt, the one thing we can be sure of this year is that uncertainty isn't going anywhere, right? This year is going to be filled with so much uncertainty. Now, you have all these people talking about going back to normal. Oh, you know, but soon things will just go back to normal. Or, personal favorite, then we can embrace a new normal. I'm worried now that Laura's got new normal in her slides. I'm about to shit all over it. And then she goes, I just saw her face. She's like, oh my God. So Brené is absolutely incredible, David. For those of you who've not, she did a podcast 2-part series last year on how to apologize, where she interviewed an expert in apology. Both my wife and I listened to it. It changed our relationship. Still not as much loving as I would have thought in the middle of a lockdown, but you know, we're working on it. Here's the thing, though. I do not think that this idea of normal is worth considering whatsoever. I don't think that normal should be embraced in any way. And for me, the first thought of 2021 that I would like you to consider is to nuke normal. Forget new normal, nuke normal. In my mind, very, very specifically, normality is a threat to opportunity. As entrepreneurs, for me, I'm an entrepreneur, we fix problems or we fill gaps. When there are problems, when there are things that are broken, that is an opportunity for us to go out there and grow. If you are in business, where the more problems that exist, the more the status quo is rocked, the more opportunities you have for doing something different. And I think that this is a great thing. I think that we should be out there looking for these opportunities. And where's one of those biggest opportunities? Well, I guess this is relevant to the call we're having today, because I think this is fundamentally true. And this is thought number two. Thought number two is that there is no more local. If you are still operating with clients that can drive to your house, you are thinking too small, right? My business used to be based, our office was in Johannesburg. I live in Cape Town. I used to fly up every Sunday night for 10 years. I flew up every Sunday night, and every Thursday I flew home. I have a young family, and I did that for 10 years because I thought I had to be where my customers were. It was the biggest limiting belief I've ever heard of. You know, I'm a big fan of a guy called Scott Galloway. I don't know if you know him, Prof G. I think he's excellent. And if you're not, I'm busy reading his Algebra of Happiness. It's well worth having a look at. But in it, he says this. He says, the first sign of success is to get certified and move to a city. If you want to be successful, have certification, have paper behind your name, and move to a big city. I want to challenge both of those in the world we're in right now. I think, you know what? That was true in 2017 when he wrote the book. But you know what? The geographical anchor has been lifted. The anchor that was holding me to working in Johannesburg is gone. This is where your clients exist right now. Right? That I hated that slide moved, and you can see the bottom. I made these this morning. I feel like I could have made more of an effort. Now that I saw that transition, I'm deeply embarrassed. But what is more embarrassing is how you're thinking about your clients. If you're still thinking that your clients are here and this is where they live, you are thinking too small. Now I understand, say, Claire, you run an events company. How do I run events? I'm not sure what the answer is, but I know what the opportunity is. And the opportunity for me is that it is easy to do business with somebody in Scotland, as I'm doing a talk in Nova Scotia, and then it is for me to do a talk for somebody down the road in Cape Town. And that is what has changed our business. That's why we did so well last year, because the geographical handcuffs broke. We're now able to work wherever. Grant, totally. That's exactly what it is. You can be in 4 continents in a day. This brings me to the next point, because I hear people whining and complaining all the time about, oh, you know what, I've got webinar fatigue. This I want to call it, right? This is an absolute crock of shit. Okay. And I know if this is any kind of event to do with anyone, shit isn't even a swear word in Scotland, right? So you can get away with saying you're totally fine. Oh, look at you, you be gobshite. Like you can get away with that, this audience. But here is the thing. The webinar fatigue. Do you know what's crazy to me? Everyone was complaining about webinar fatigue last year, but Netflix went up by nearly 1/3 in their average view time. So, oh, I'm so sick of looking at a screen. I've been looking at a screen all day long. Let me go see what's on. Let me watch a guy stroke a tiger. That's better idea. There is no webinar fatigue. There is crap webinar fatigue. We are not holding ourselves to a higher standard of delivering content and presentation with the new amount of attention we're giving. This isn't a pull back. This is a lean in. Lean in and be better. Luckily, the few people who figure this out will be the experts and the authority figures that people want to tap into. And that is this. Online meetings are a feature. This is thought number 3. They're not a bug, guys. Online meetings are a feature. These are the things that we should be embracing. We now have 2 laws in Missing Link. Law number 1 is this. All meetings are online. If a client that lives across the road here wants to have a business meeting with me, jump on a call. All right, we will do it on Zoom. There's a few reasons for this. One, I can use tools like Fireflies and fireflies.ai. If you haven't heard of it, it's a little AI tool that can transcribe your meetings. I can upload videos to Descript and edit the video of my Zoom meetings, just the important bits, by just selecting the text I want and deleting the rest, and it re-edits the video. That's Descript, DESCRIPT.com, well worth checking out. And more importantly, though, the meetings are recorded. I never have to give an internal brief again. I finish my meeting, and then I give the recording to my staff who do the quotes. That is rule number one. All business meetings must be online. If it's not recorded, it wasn't a meeting. If you want to have a social networking thing, by all means, no problem, go and have a lunch. That's amazing. If you want to talk about work, do it online. And the second thing, all meetings are now 30 minutes. If you're still having 1 hour meetings, you're doing it wrong. You are wasting your time. If you give people 30 minutes, Parkinson's law, that's how long the meeting will take. And nobody needs, it just cuts out all the crap at the beginning and the end. I've been using this tool to plan it, and I must say I've been blown away by it. So I'll actually include a link here. It's called Woven. Let me just see. I'll put a link here for you. I've been using this tool for scheduling. It has been amazing. I've found it so much less friction scheduling meetings. I simply send them one of these. They get one of these things in their calendar. They see my calendar, like Doodle and things, but this is a fully functional one. It's got polling. So it's a mix of Doodle, Calendly, Google Calendar, all in one, and it's cheap as chips. A little bit of a punt. I've only been using about a month, but I'm really liking it. And so this is the thing. I think that we should be embracing these short, tight, amazing online meetings, and it is an upgrade. And as soon as you get your head around the fact that this is not something you're waiting to be finished with, everything in your mindset will change. We must start enjoying the world for what it is. And I'll tell you why. This is my final thought, because I was given 10 minutes and I've got about 90 seconds left. This is my final thought. It is this: future you is watching. Future you is holding yourself accountable to how you behave, act, and change over this period of time. And I think that all of you need to understand that what you have to do is to make decisions that future you will be proud of, right? I guarantee you that 4 or 5 years from now, every one of us are going to look back at how we behaved over this period of time. And we're going to measure up, were we one of the ones who took it and hit the ground running and really, really picked up the game? Or were we like, was our most successful thing that we did that we learned the Jerusalem dance on TikTok? If that is you, shame. It is time to change, my friends. There is still time because there is still uncertainty. That's it for me. If you would like it, if you've enjoyed it, maybe go to getrich.af. You will find a link to my social media. LinkedIn is the one I'm on more. If you really liked it, feel free to jump onto my newsletter or my YouTube channel. We need all the subscriptions we can get. It would be amazing to stay in touch. I'm so sorry I have to run now. I've got another appointment at 15:15. However, we're going to host a session for Q&A for anything you guys have. You're welcome to mail me. You're welcome to reach out. richard@mulholland.co.za. At any given time. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a privilege as always. Claire, you're amazing. I'm just so bummed I'm not going to hear more accents. Thank you guys. Go out there and nuke normal. Cool. Cheers. Peace. Mic drop. Bitches. I don't know. I should probably have left. Yeah. But thank you for having me.
Thanks so much, Richard. That was absolutely brilliant. Completely insightful as always. So obviously Richard is going to be leaving us to do another speaking commitment, which he's actually getting paid for, but he has very kindly offered to do a Q&A for ASBN members to ask him anything. You can either reach out to Richard directly or you can get in touch with us. We'll be sending the invites out tomorrow. I'm just going to change the screen onto Laura. So next up, I'm absolutely delighted to introduce everyone to Laura Peinke. She's a new SDI trade representative for the Scottish Government here in South Africa. What an incredible asset she is to Scottish Government, Africa, and the businesses that want to trade here. Laura's expertise speaks for itself, particularly in the energy sector, but we will hand over the floor to Laura to tell you more.
Thanks, Claire, and thank you to ASBN for the opportunity to chat to you today. I'm very appreciative of it. As you've said, I am the new Senior International Trade Specialist for Scottish Development International, but the partnership also extends to Opportunity Northeast, based out of Aberdeen. And so jointly, I work for both those organizations, assisting Scottish companies from a trade perspective in the energy sector primarily, although I do need to say that perhaps the best way to say it is I'm passionate about South Africa and the African continent and her people. And so my agreement with SDI and Opportunity Northeast is very much to be able to assist Scottish companies who are looking for feet on the ground or physical presence on the ground from a trade perspective. So even if that opportunity or the link or the connection is not only energy focused, I'm more than happy to be the feet on the ground for companies looking at opportunities in Southern Africa. And of course, reaching out a little bit more into the East African market as well. We, as Scottish Development International, have got presence in Accra in Ghana already. And the post in South Africa is very much to kind of just spread the resource across the continent a little bit more for the Scottish government and for Scottish companies looking to make the most of the opportunity. I don't want to dwell too much on me, but I've spoken a little bit about what I'm passionate about, and I often find it does help to just give a little bit of context as to who I am and where I've come from. But effectively, I've worked for market research and consulting companies. I've worked for trade and investment promotion agencies. I've worked for national government in South Africa under the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition. And more recently, I worked for the Saldanha Bay Special Economic Zone, again, also specifically focused around the energy sector and Gulf Marine Contractors. And I know that Patrick is dialed in today, and he works for Gulf Marine Contractors. And GMC is actually where I first heard of ASBN, and where I heard of Claire. And so what a pleasure it is to meet some of the members. I already have met a number of the ASBN network members, but I'm excited to meet more people. That is who I am. I love meeting people. I love spending time getting to know people, and I love spending time getting to know their businesses. As I've indicated, I have got many years experience in the energy sector, but I've also covered the infrastructure, the maritime and the offshore industries extensively throughout my career over the last 13 years. And I really do have a passion for making connections. My experience has very much been based on the African continent, but leveraging opportunities out of America, out of South America, Europe, the UK. I've traveled to Scotland many, many times, and I do believe that there's a very cultural link between Scottish companies and South Africa, and I'm excited to be able to say, look, I'm here to assist you. And I'm not going to lie to you if I can't assist you on something because I don't know that information. I'm going to make sure that I pass you on to the person that can assist you or connect you to someone in my network that would be able to do so. So Claire, thank you so much for the opportunity to just introduce myself and for people to put a face to the names, so to speak. And of course, again, people are more than welcome to reach out and connect with me through ASBN, through Claire. She's got my contact details, but I'm going to be on the session for the rest of the afternoon. And again, I'm also happy to take questions at the end. Thanks.
Thanks very much, Laura. It's really great to be working with you. We don't feel so alone here now.
It's great to be on the ground in Cape Town. And actually something that Richard said, which I completely agree with. I mean, this post is meant to be Johannesburg based, but Scottish Development International and one don't really feel that we need to have a physical location anymore. So I'm sitting in Cape Town, but I'm here to help companies, as I said, across the region. And it very much is a global economy these days, not a sort of very small markets or city region.
Absolutely, Laura. Thank you so much, and welcome to your new family at ASBN. So just to crack on with a couple of very quick announcements, moving forward, we will be hosting members-only networking events, one per quarter in 2021. Unlike last year, that was quite difficult to predict, we do have an annual roadmap. If anyone wants to see what that looks like, so you know where to plug in your business into those opportunities, please send them to us. Please get in touch with us. We will send you the roadmap. We will obviously advertise the events and experiences a couple of months ahead. Secondly, we just want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone for being a part of this journey. Every single member, except two, have dropped off, and that was for pretty unfortunate reasons. But let me re-emphasize, this is your network, and like anything, what you put in is what you get out, essentially. So please maximize your time with us. And like Laura said, we don't have all the answers in life, but we're here to co-create, we're here to hold the space, we're here to direct this network accordingly. And, you know, we do have a much more contemporary approach to running an international business network, but please be under no illusion, we're incredibly serious about growing into one powerhouse of an international network and make an incredible impact out there. And we want our members, particularly those who have joined us so graciously in the first or second year of our operations, to be part of that journey and that success. And for us as a small but very driven and energetic team, it's an absolute honour to get to know you all. You know, many of you know that myself and Nicola have a second business. We're both mothers, we're both working full throttle, but this is actually turning into more than a full-time job for myself, especially now that I've been appointed as one of the youngest global Scots out there. So the opportunities are steadily coming to ASBN, which is absolutely fantastic. So on that note, we just want to ensure the business networking, although it is at the core of ASBN and our slow transition into international trade, we really care about the wider member experience that you have with ASBN. So we just want to emphasize, go onto our website and take advantage of all the members' benefits that we've got there. They're absolutely fantastic. In fact, we've actually invited a couple of them into the session today. We've got Blake from the one and only Constantia Wine Tour. Welcome, Blake. It's the best wine experience in the country. You get 10% off as a member. We'll also be giving you a discount at Virgin Active. Thank you so much, Mr. Branson. It's great to have such a fantastic brand on board with us. I can't see because I'm presenting, but if Lande, we invited you into the audience today, I'm assuming you're Afrikaans from your name. Welkom Lande, gaan het met jou en aangename kennis. We're also about to finalise an agreement. How exciting is this? To give members discounts on flights. It's taken us 15 months, but it's finally here. It's with an airline beginning with K, kicking K, and the partner airline begins with A and F, so go figure. And as soon as pen to paper is put, as soon as the pen is put to paper, we will let you know as soon as possible so you can get that discount on international and intra-African flights. Now, last but not least, and on a business level, we have been asked by Her Majesty's Head Trade Missioner for Africa. Her name is Emma Wade-Smith. We've been asked to meet with her on the 2nd of March. So if any member wants us to ask her anything, we are taking our board into the event. Thanks, David, for sharing your profile picture with us. That was David from FNB, everybody. Great little marketing piece there for David. So we will be going into a meeting with Emma Wade-Smith. If there's anything that you want to take into that meeting via our board, please get in touch with us. Okay, so I'm now going to share the competition screen. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Richard will be having an absolute heart attack with me. There we go. So of course, it wouldn't be a proper ASBN members event without a cheeky competition. And a bit of fun running through it. You know, we've got standards to maintain in that regard as well. So this is how the competition is going to work. I'm going to ask a question, and the 2 persons that get the closest answer to the correct answer, the true answer, will win a copy of Richard's book on innovation. It's called Legicide. So to save any Googling, I'm going to get you to put your answer in the chat function. So the question is, get ready people, the question is, going back to that very normal year of 2019, take me back, how many countries did Richard deliver a presentation in? 3, 2, 1, put your answer in, and we'll be announcing the winners after the networking session. Great stuff. So we'll be going into 2 big groups. I'll be hosting one of the groups, and Nicola will be hosting the other one. We will be sharing everyone's contact details who is in the group today, unless, of course, you don't want us to. So Danny, can I get you to please activate the breakout rooms, please? So,
and just quickly, Nigel, regarding the charity, I'm also doing a trip through Africa this year where we're going to do Zambia, Malawi with Put Food Rally, hopefully in August. So we'll be going there and provide shoes for the children.
Okay, do you know whereabouts you might be going in Malawi?
We're still waiting for the route. What's happening is you pay for a route, and then in each country we get together and we go to schools in the rural areas and provide the children with shoes.
So I'm just gonna jump in, if that's okay, and just wrap the event up. If you want to stay online and ask any questions, share, or stay online to connect with each other, you're absolutely more than welcome to do so. So I'm going to quickly announce the competition winners who have won a copy of a book called Legicide, which is about business innovation, and it's been written by Richard. There was actually 3 people that got closest to the answer, and because we think so abundantly here at ASBN, we are going to add another book to give away to a 3rd person. So the drum roll, the competition winners are Graham Kerr in Glasgow, Grant Murray in Harrogate or in Utah. I'm not sure where you are right now, Grant, but you've bagged yourself a copy of Richard's book. And to David King in Durban. So we will get them couriered to you. If you don't want a paperback, we can send you the audio, whatever you prefer, okay? And thank you so much to everyone for taking the time out to join us and to network and say hi. I wish you a very, very amazing and brilliant week going forward. Okay, thank you.